Welcome back, another episode. In the next days, a permanent DC for the Chicago Fire episode will be announced. Chief Boden was a candidate for the job. Chief Robinson was a contender as well. One of them attempted to destroy the other's chances, which was their difference. Robinson has shown such brutality that she is more negatively impacted by him than positively. She set up a spy station at Boden's fire station. The spy was discovered with ease. Robinson sacked him instead of allowing him to further hurt her chances, since he was likewise a little too squeamish about people who were in danger. After that, the guy went to Boden. Robinson will stop at nothing to get through the ranks, he told Firehouse 51. And what would she do to an adversary if she could so readily turn against an ally? Boden wasn't in the city when the incident took place. He was helping James with household chores. Now that he was back in Chicago, he was informed of all the events involving Robinson. Severide can oversee the Firehouse in his absence. He is well aware of that. Boden was going to require a replacement if he got promoted. Severide performed admirably. He added that Herman provided assistance with the peer counseling. Boden received assistance from both men. Boden thinks well of them. Afterwards, he and the other 51 people were called to a work accident. 4 of the 5 men were rescued with assistance from Firehouse 51. The 5th man was so terrified that he was unable to ask for assistance even though it was there in front of him. He stumbled. Unfortunately, he bumped into a partially deflated bag and broke his head. To the hospital he was hurried. It was uncertain if he would survive. Violet found the decision difficult. Carver and Violet continued to share a bed. They both decided against dating. Or at least they were until Carver started to detest their circumstances. They were just going to keep things informal. Violet kept telling him it was nothing more than casual. Although it was a bit offensive to say so every time she kissed Carver, she was protecting herself because she had lost a boyfriend at work. Carver also had a problem because his apartment is littered with images of Violet's deceased ex, which he sees every time he visits. When they took a second call that brought up old memories, Carver felt uneasy. Someone summoned them to a restaurant. One family owned the eatery. His arm was burned where the younger boy was injured. Carver was reminded of his own family by it. Carver thought the child had been thrown scorching water by his elder sibling. In addition, he thought the father was hiding it. That was the kind of older brother Carver had. Therefore, Carver was determined not to give up when he witnessed the same circumstance occurring again. Carver and the father got into an argument. Damon slugged the elder sibling. There was a fight, and if the family reported their concerns to the police, they would charge them with assault. Kid understands why Carver became anxious in that circumstance. She is aware of his past. Kid would never allow someone who lacked self-control to be on her team, especially not with Boden openly vying for greater office these days. Kid intended to return Damon to the floater pool. After this, she might also get rid of Carver. Carver's terrible day continued to worsen. He was accused by Violet of harboring affection for Kid. Carver supported Kid, and that's when the brawl started. He claimed that because he was in love with Violet, they both understood that Violet's theory was false when she presented it to him. He was aware of it. She was aware of it. She wasn't over Hawkins, so she was just pushing him away at this point. After, Violet chatted with Kid. According to Kid, Carver was triggered by the brother incident. Since Violet had never questioned Carver about his past or his scars, she had no idea what she was talking about. Kid filled her in on everything. Violet became aware that she hadn't had a meaningful conversation with Carver. They talk about her all the time. Carver went on a brief furlough. He needed to clear his mind. Violet tried to get in touch with him, but he wasn't responding to her calls, so it might be too late. Thus, he was absent when Boden eventually received a promotion to become the Chicago Fire Department's next deputy commissioner. Boden intended to propose Herman as his replacement. Mouch and Herman discussed it. They took advantage of Mouch's difficulties operating the new fire vehicle to express their mutual sadness for Boden. He was Firehouse 51's spirit animal. At last, Damon revealed his truth to Severide. Damon is linked to good old Kelly because he is the son of Benny Severide. For more videos, subscribe.